Okay, hi everybody. This is in response or my attempt at, I've been crying. It's very emotional what's going on, and I appreciate being given the opportunity to join and give my input for this new weaving that's happening and new life that seems to be coming to all of us. And I didn't think I was up to the job, and so for myself I pulled this card, which I think I'll start the reading with. Good God, Jesus, excuse me. And I pulled number 33. Thank you very much. You who show the way. And so let me read a little bit from that first, because that helped me feel confident that even though I have no historical knowledge, I don't know anything about light bodies or, beings from other dimensions or any of that stuff, pretty much a normal person. I don't mean that. I'm going to edit that out. Probably not. You who show the way. This is for all of us. The logical mind runs away from drowning. Lovers accept drowning. Lovers accept it. Okay, let me start over. You who show the way. The logical mind runs away from drowning. Lovers accept drowning in the sea as their destiny. The logical mind finds consolation in reaching a level of comfort in life. Lovers are focused beyond their own comfort. And so for those of us who just feel a calling to connect beyond knowing that there's a lot beyond our own comfort zone, and a lot in coming together and being part of community, please everybody feel confident enough that no matter who you are, you have a place in this part of the new humanity, showing the way by being by doing your thing. So that's what I'm doing. Now, for what's happening in the world now, on this thread of the changing of divine masculine energy, I am just going to start pulling cards without... Okay. So this is how I do it. Wow. Okay, so the first card I pulled is, self-mastery. Okay? Self-mastery, which goes right along with that, you who show the way. It's a beautiful card. I'm going to show it one more time because I won't hold it up while I'm reading it. Oh, self-mastery, there it is. Gorgeous. And it's definitely a picture of an owl, kind of hawk-like butterfly, dragon bird, carrying a snake in its claws. And if you can see, there's a pathway that goes up this way into the unknown. Oh, and there's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful white, it looks like a young white doe. I don't think you can see it very well, but right here, doe. And an eagle, and another hawk, and a waterfall. Self-mastery. This is from my Mystical Art Medicine Oracle deck. And I'm just going to read it. Thank you for your time. And self-mastery. What does this have to do? How can we help master the self? It's called the Sun Eagle card. Oh dear God, I've got something in front of me here. Sorry about that. It's the Sun Eagle card. Ride the snake still and coiled in your spine at the base. Sun and eagle guides your way. Oh, forget it. Sorry. Sun and eagle guide your way as you seek to find new space. Use your power. Gift to fly. Do not cower. Master your mind. Ray of light. Strong and bright. Sun and eagle soar in flight. And that was a poem from the author of this deck. And the painting Sun Eagle depicts both a luminous spirit and an eagle flying towards you with a snake in his talons, representing abundance. Also symbolic for the Kundalini, the serpent, mystic fire that lies at the base of your spine waiting to awaken, raising you to higher consciousness. The eagle indicates illumination and higher vision, bringing wisdom and clarity in the broadest perspective. The stag opens the door to a watery, misty underworld as the stairways ascend to higher levels. The sky bursting with energy on the horizon over the ocean. Please allow it, allow it, allow it. Allow it, allow it, allow it. Allow it. Allow it. Allow it. The stag opens the door to a watery, misty underworld as the stairways ascend to higher levels. The sky bursting with energy on the horizon over the ocean. Reflects rays of sun emanating from the crown of the eagle in flight. The art of self-mastery is about learning how you direct your mental and emotional focus. Select your thoughts, just as you choose what you will wear every day. This is a power you can cultivate. Working on the mastery of your mind is the only thing that is worth trying to control. I digress from that. Let me just continue. Drop all other ideas of control but that. For if you don't learn the art of self-mastery, you will consistently find yourself caught in a whirlpool. You cannot be in control of your physical world. The task suggested before you is to master your inner response to your external world, your thoughts and emotions. The watery underworld suggests emotional flux, perhaps triggered from the subconscious. There are times when you feel angry or frustrated. During this time, know that you are being tested. View it simply as information. Take a deep breath and prepare to deal. Know that you can call upon the resources to transform these challenges. Make an accurate assessment by honestly looking at your life circumstances and take action to make changes for the better. When choosing this medicine card, you are alerted. Okay, well, here's the key to this, and I'll probably stop this as my, because this just feels like my tuppence, Kirsty. Perhaps, okay, so it says, when choosing this medicine card, you are alerted to practice self-mastery. Perhaps you are spending more time dealing with conflicts in your life than creating opportunities. Your soul is shining the light of awareness for you to fly like an eagle now. You can soar higher playing with the thermals while keeping a sharp eye on negative thoughts. Take this solo flight to reach your highest potential. It's about practicing self-mastery, and I do believe also that in this self-mastery practice, I'm going to put this card down now, that it won't be our thoughts so much, although I think we've been learning to control our thoughts, all this time. I think the change will be that we will all start feeling our own inner shamanic potential, freedom of our all of our archetypical calculations, considerations, and everything in between. So I'm just going to pull a few more cards and see what happens. This is a tarot deck here. So it's the art of self-mastery is going to be part of this new incoming wave of the change in the divine masculine. You can't just master one energetic tool within you. You've got to master everything God gives us to master, and then share it with others. And so let's just see for the masculine, the divine masculine, in this practice of self-mastery, in all of us, divine masculine, higher masculine, different energy, whatever. Now that definitely popped over. So this is the card that wanted to come out, and it is the Fool card. Potential. I am the unlearned, and they can learn from me. And the planets shown here are Neptune and Uranus. Shh. Beautiful. I don't even know what question I asked before I pulled this card. Okay, that is it. The divine masculine in all of us. There is unknown potential. We're all in this place of unknowing, or some level, some degree or another. But just to know, there is an unknown amount of potential coming through. I am the unlearned, and they can learn from me. I don't know if I'm going to read from that or not. I just want to keep pulling. I have prepared this. Boy, isn't this a big deck? I just want to pull, and I don't really... Okay. And then I got the Two of Swords from this... I forget what this deck is called. We have to choose. I believe we have. I think this has already been... this almost feels like, to me, as I feel into this card, it's not really our decision anymore. There's Mercury on top. Maybe I'll read this, just to see. It's different. Oh, good Lord. Well, maybe I won't. Okay, here it is. Two of Swords. And this is the Alchemical Visions Tarot. Let's see if they give anything other than the basic... At first, the central image of the Two of Swords is a little frightening. A blindfolded woman with two large swords. What is frightening in the mundane world is often its opposite in the spiritual realm. And so too with the Two of Swords. In alchemy, swords are used for discrimination, to cut away the unnecessary from the essential core. And since the sword bearer is blind to the mundane world, the immediate message of the Two of Swords is that this enterprise must be guided and empowered by the unconscious. Consider first the two swords the woman holds. Oddly, they're blue. Blue is the color of above, the all-enveloping sky. The blue of water is simply the color of sky reflected. This element, the color blue of the above, is strictly separated from below. It is a color rarely found in fruits and vegetables. Indeed, a common myth among the ancients was that any blue fruit or vegetable is poisonous. Thus, the above nature of blue is positive, its below nature is negative. In this way, the two swords symbolize a conjunction of the above and the below. Another way the blue swords conjoin the opposites is that in alchemy, blue is considered the color intermediate between black and white. Two swords are identical and flawlessly balanced. Their crossing is perfectly symmetrical. However, there's an important difference. Only one sword is in the woman's right hand and the other in her left. The left hand is traditionally connected with intuition and thus the spirit world. The left hand is traditionally connected to intuition in the spirit world, while the right hand is connected with intellectual activities, that is, logos. So at this point in the journey, the two are in balance. This does bode well, for the journey cannot be one of logos, the intellect alone, but must be influenced by the unconscious, which manifests as intuition. Here, they are balanced. There's dolphins. Oh my gosh, there's so much in here. The traveler must be careful not to fall into the ancient trap. Dear God, there's too much in here. In Mercury, okay, in alchemy, Mercury is both planet and Quicksilver. Both the planet and Quicksilver represents the soul. And there's Mercury at the top of this card as the symbol of Mercury. Mercury, being the messenger of gods, represents communication in all forms, internal and external. Many alchemists considered Mercury, Hermes, the figure who brought the moist mercurial principle, which they then called the begin and the end of the work. In Quicksilver, alchemists saw the female mercurial principle signifying the protean aspects of natural processes and their fluid unpredictability. Even if we are blindfolded and we cannot see what's going on externally or internally, we should not fear. All around us are eruptions from the world of the psyche that can guide us in the right direction. All it takes is to trust oneself. As Melville described the dark ocean, what mystery is the sea, whose stirrings speak of a hidden soul beneath? Even though blindfolded, we must trust our hidden souls. So, now we've had the Fool. What was the other card? You who show the way. The Fool, and then the Two of Swords. And I'm not going to read the last two, but I do want to just pull and see if there's anything more to this story that comes out. And there we go. Whoop, that's 3. I'm splitting decks, so I'm just going to pull that card. Oh, wow. Okay, and so here's the World card. the 21 card. There it is. And the Six of Swords from this deck. Same reading, different day. I had a tower moment after that Six of Swords came out. And wasn't able to finish it. So today I went back and I looked, and this world card that I showed, I need to let you guys know it is from a, not a normal tarot deck, which I realized, what is that naked butt doing in the, she's facing that way. Oh, okay. But it's the tarot of the new vision I was using. And I wanted to read the world card, and then I'll get to the Six of Swords and how that affected me. And anyway, this is just as rough as it's going to be because I can't go back and fix it. So for the world coming, just to review, well, we don't have to review. Number 21. And the key indicators for me are written here, that it is the door that leads into and out of the physical and spiritual worlds. And it's also the way from one intellectual dimension to another, as accessed through an initiation rite. In addition, it's the door of time, the world. This garland, the garland, is a door to time that opens from one season to another, from one cycle to another. From another point of view, the garland indicates the chain of union that invisibly joins the initiated of every time and place. This is beautiful. And then there's a part about the tetramorph, which represents the four corners of this circuit in this card. Reminds us firstly of our of the four mysterious beings that the prophet Ezekiel saw descending from the sky on a large wheel. The same beings St. John saw standing at the sides of God's throne. These are the four corners of this card. And while those beings were used to represent the synoptic Gospels in alchemical circles, they became the symbols of the so-called cosmic quadrant. I'll just hold this back here. The cosmic quadrant that balances seasonal cycles and harmonizes all the elements in the universe. St. Mark's lion represents fire, summer, the heat that ripens the fruit. St. John's eagle represents the air, the winter solstice, when life seems crystallized by the cold. St. Matthew's angel represents water, autumn, when the rains fertilize the seeds that have fallen from the fruit to the ground. And St. Luke's bull, and there's a bull there, represents the earth, the spring equinox, when vital energy reawakens. And that's happening to us now in this hemisphere. Also in this world card represents the dance of energy. The cosmic cycles and their corresponding energy appear to be conducted by the female entity who is dancing inside the garland. There. This is an allegory of universal life, reminding us of the Shiva Nataraja, the Hindu divinity shown dancing inside a circle of flames. This maiden's dance symbolizes an important phase in a person's spiritual and psychic life, reminding us of a series of ritual actions that imitate the cosmic rhythms. In fact, by joining human nature with universal harmony, we open up the doors of the liberation of the being. This can be interpreted in many different ways, as many pathways as people are. Consciousness flows. We open the doors of the liberation of being, and including mental liberation as well. And that's what I think is happening. Liberation from the mind so that the heart can feel the vacancy of the false mind, the falseness that our minds have been holding. Going back to that Two of Swords again, which, you know, also feels like the Justice card to me. And that I wanted to say, so that when intelligence comes alive and finds a new self-awareness, or physical liberation, when pent-up energy is released into action and coordinated movement in a defined space, we experience freedom. And but in the mundane world, we can pass to and from this portal of being free, sovereign beings, and also coming in to play our part and be accountable for the gifts that that we're becoming aware of, or are aware of, or will soon be aware of. Whoop, put it back down. Anyway, love her little butt. I'm going to call her the Copper Tone World card. I think the Divine Feminine is getting to work, because we see her in the rear as somebody's behind her. And anyway, I'm behind her 100%. And that portal is beautiful in the World card. And thanks for this reading. I did open one last token from my Book of Tokens meditations book, just divinatorily, just open to a page. And the page I opened to, asking about one last point of focus for the morning, since I started this morning. And I did pull, where is it? Here we go. So this is the card, this is the page that I opened to. And for me, the devil doesn't represent, the devil represents ignorance of the truth. And I don't believe the devil, or the devil energy, or devil consciousness, ignorance of love's truth. And I don't believe it's anything that we cannot succeed in putting under the law of love and unbinding ourselves, because it's not that, it's anyway. Let me just read. Thus the meditation on Ayin, and Ayin is related with the devil, and Ayin also, Ahin, is transcribed as 0, the number 70, meaning the eye, and the renewing intelligence. The darkness is the fountain of existence. It's based on the secondary meaning of Ayin, O-I-N, which means well, fountain of spring. So it also references springtime, 530, 130 is the numeration of Ayin, which is here called the wellspring of outward appearance, because Ayin means also look, face, appearance, color. As I realize I'm in the darkness. 130 is 13 multiplied by 10. 13 is the Kabbalistic number signifying unity. 13, 15 is the devil. Where'd we get 13? Good Lord. Okay, I better not go on. I might just cut this anyway. Okay, the two aspects spoken in the last paragraph of this section are represented on the tree of life by the two opposing pillars, the pillar of mercy and the pillar of severity. The pillar of mercy is that of light, and the pillar of severity is that of darkness. Okay, we'll cut this out. Thank you. Bye. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next challenge, 440 relay, double Dutch, jump roping together.